natin, lalo na in the NBPC, may girls tournament na rin from around the world. May mga nagkakita sila, Coach Eric, na mga close na close kay Coach Eric. Yung may mga na-invite sila na iba't ibang club teams that would be playing here na girls tournament ng under 16 and under 19. Siyempre, basketball pa rin. Exciting for the younger girls dahil ito na, nalilay na yung pipeline para nila magkaroon ng better competition and better sporting.
Yes, that's right. Siyempre, pag-usapan ang women's mas hindi mawawala yung sports pa dyan because there are a lot of issues about women that's around sports, about sports. So, it's nice na meron tayong isang episode na bida-bida ang ating mga girls. And hot picks for this episode, mga pag-uusapan natin. For tonight, we have ang paghataw ng volleyball sa Pilipinas. So let's take a little trip down memory lane. Let's tignan natin yung pag-angat ng women's volleyball dito sa Pilipinas. Let's talk about the talk of the town, our Pinay Cinderella. Dahil medyo flop yung snow, Pinay Cinderella na lang. Okay, Pinay Cinderella.
Yun ang hot take, yun ang hot take.
Siya, hindi hot take yun. Totoo po yun. Totoo.
Real take.
At syempre, palalagpasin ba natin, pag-usapan natin na ang PBA Game 7, Ginebra kontra TNT. And syempre, we are going to talk about our Sports Plus PH 100,000 peso promo at kung paano kayo makakasali dyan. Last but not least, hindi mawawala yung ating SPN Expert Picks. Ayan, simulan na natin. First topic, ang paghataw ng volleyball sa Pilipinas. The women's volleyball, alam mo actually parang mas mataas na yung sinisweldo ng mga volleyball players, women, dito sa Pilipinas compared to some of our professional athletes sa male counterpart nila sa basketball naman. So, but it didn't happen overnight.
Yep.
It started back in 1910 nung pumasok ang volleyball sa Pilipinas, and in 1938 nandiyan yung UAP. And then, 1964, nag-start ang NCAA, but it wasn't after 11 seasons bago sila nagpasok ng women's division for the sports. Tapos, dami, parang, bago pa yung PVL ngayon, nagsimula yan sa Shakey's Billy.
Doon ako nagsimula.
Doon ako nagsimula?
Oo, hindi, kasi honestly, kasi ako, quick background.
As an anchor?
No, as a courtside.
Yeah.
A courtside? Ako
You were in Pampers pa noon. Kasi
Wait,
this was
2014?
this was 2005, 2006.
Grabe naman ka, Pampers.
So hindi. I mean, with your broadcasting. Kasi ako, I started as a courtside reporter. Aksidente pa nga yan. Tinawagan lang ako ni Kuya Noel. That was 2007. Kailangan ng courtside yun. May ginagawa ka ba? Kasi volleyball fan ako eh. My wife played even in the UAP Junior. So ako, I watched volleyball. I'm a big fan of volleyball. I remember the first game that I did was Adamson Ateneo. This was the team of Carlo Bello, si Charo Soriano, that squad na nag-Final Four during that UAAP year. Pero years before pa, nung sila Maureen Penetrante, nasa V-League pa, yun yung inabutan ko. But make no mistake about it, volleyball has been a featured sport in the UAAP for the longest time. Panahon pa nila Tita Mopzihan na talagang yan ang cream of the crop when it comes to female sports dito sa atin. But nung nagkaroon na ng notoriety, nung pinalabas na ng Studio 23 pa nun, sa UAAP, yung volleyball. Tapos, aminin na natin, pleasing to the eye talaga eh. Ang gaganda ng mga players. And it was shown on a primetime block ng UAAP na afternoon sa papanood ng mga moms on weekdays and on weekends. Kalakasan pa ng UST noon. I mean, pinapakita natin si Rachel Andakis was very young during that time. It was Jane Balse, Venus Bernal, Denise Tan, of course, who's also part of the media team na rin ngayon. Angueta Baquero. So that squad was very strong. And then Lasagos, sila Manita Santos naman. And hindi naman nare-recall mo yung names, diba? So this was before sila Chang Abby, itong mga naging mainstream na sila. Those women laid the foundation of what is the popularity now of volleyball. Yung mga ate nila, na some of them transcended. Ito, si Rachel Ann, up to now, it's a testament to her commitment on herself, being fit, being able to perform at a high level. I think siya yung isa sa mga elder stateswoman ng league ngayon, being one of the pioneers na talagang naging media darling. Kasi magaling, maganda. Sabihin na natin yung totoo, huwag na natin kukingin yung mga nanonood sa atin. That ang laking factor na nabigyan sila ng media mileage when Studio 23 and SNA really put a premium on covering their games. And I was fortunate enough to see and be part of that broadcasting even prior to the pandemic.
Yeah. Ikaw, meron ka bang hinahangaan na
Like, for me, you know, we've talked about this several times sa SB Nation, and we've covered women's sports in general here in SB Nation, and the key factor here is yung asset na binigay nitong yung volleyball is nabigyan ng opportunity magkaroon ng career sa sports ng mga babae na non-existent before.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so, saludo tayo sa lahat ng, you know, everything that Coach Hammer said. It was a long road, but everyone was important to the making of what it is now. And lahat nag-click-click eh. Yes, nagsimula siya sa marketability.
Tapos ang gagaling
pero
na ng mga players.
because of that, nakita natin na hindi lang pala puro itsura to. Magagaling and even guys fell in love with the sport of volleyball. I remember during the rise of volleyball, I was still in the States, nag-aaral pa ako sa States eh. Pag uwi ko, nagulat na lang ako, yung kapatid ko, parang pupunta siya sa pick-up game. Sabi ko, pick-up game? May sport ka pala? Volleyball! And then yung pamangkin ko, so parang ako, and Coach Hammer can attest to this, no? We're both girl dads, eh, diba? So, now, parang nakakataba ng puso na meron opportunity para sa mga daughters namin to, if ever they do decide a career in sports, meron, and that's volleyball. And it's only in the beginning. It's only the beginning pa lang ngayon, di ba? Kung we don't know what will it be like 5-10 years from now. And it's just an amazing thing for women.
And what's good about this one, aside from volleyball, they already earn a decent amount of money when they're playing pro. Some kumikita na nga ng malaki, college pa lang eh. But now, playing in the pro, ang lalaki ng mga sweldo nitong mga girls na to, even bigger than some of the male basketball players. Tapos, because of the rise of social media, ang dami pa nilang ibang pinagkakakitaan on the side.
TikTok lang eh. TikTok, ano ba yung mga...
Hindi ko na siya papangalanan, but there's...
Yung mga ganyan, di ba? Yung mga social media streamings, and then they do their YouTube channels.
Yes.
But, of course, it comes with the territory, yung privacy ninyo. Siyempre, your what do you call this? You're exposing yourself to the world. You're keeping yourself like an open book. So, siyempre, yung mga tao... may pros and cons. But again, especially now, na I don't know, it might be the generation. They know how to project. And I mean, attention is the prime commodity right now. And people's attention are being traded for straight cash, homie. Ganun lang naman yan eh. So the more that you are viral right now, and they're skilled, they're beautiful, they're athletic, and personality sila, and it helps dahil it sets up a very good foundation for the professional leagues, the collegiate leagues, lalong-lalo na ngayon dahil pagalingan na, and yung live streaming nagiging accessible na ang mga athletes natin for the fans. And I'm really thumbs up to this, lalong-lalo na dahil it gives a platform for the girls to really show themselves that they can do so much more with their gifts.
And bro, alam mo may impact na, I think this was last month, nagda-drive lang ako, tas traffic, tumingin ako sa isang eskinita. Usually basketball yun eh.
Pinapanood.
May
Ngayon
naglalaro na.
volleyball na. So alam mo talaga yung impact nito, not just for women, but a women's league impacting the entire nation. So that's all good for me.
That's right. Ngayon, pag meron ka ng daughter, sabi mo, uy, volleyball player na. Dati walang ganon, di ba?
Wala.
Sa daddy ko, hinahanap, wala ka bang lalaki? Kasi di ba pag mga babae, wala namang
basketball.
career sa sport.
Matalino yan. Magaling mag-aral. Walang sports eh, di ba?
Alright, so ang ganda panoorin nitong, ang ganda balikan ng history nitong women's volleyball.
Ang daming names that transcended. Hindi ka nang alala yung Richard
Daming
Gomez.
topics.
Richard Gomez naglaro ng national team for volleyball. We have a handful of very good volleyball players that laid the foundation for what it is right now. And now it's just a showcase on how the next transition, ito na yung
Yes.
yung mga batang nakikita natin coming from the juniors ranks last year. Yung Nitura, Hanep, and Angel Canino, itong mga nasa collegiate ranks natin. It would be nice to see how the next few years would unravel, especially they named the 33 players to be part of that ALAS pool. So hopefully it would be a different topic for a different day, but it's very exciting times for the girls.
That's right. Speaking of girls and speaking of the next generation of young athletes, meron tayong Pinay Cinderella on the rise. So we have Alex Ayala, the talk of the town. She is already the highest ranked Filipino singles player in WTA Tour history. So and she's just 19 years old. She turned pro last 2020 and her career record 164 to 98. And biglang naging tennis fans ang buong Pilipinas because of Alex Ayala.
Okay. Disclaimer alert. Sasabihin ko po ito ulit, pagdating sa racket sports, implement sports, it's not the cup of tea of Coach Hammer. Hindi po. And yung Cinderella na pinanood ko kanina was the NCAA March Madness and the women's tournament. I was on my second screen para dun kay Alex Ayala. I mean, she has been the talk of the town since she barged in the juniors ranks and turned pro during the pandemic. Future is bright for this young lady. Nakakatuwa dahil as they are preparing to the Grand Slam tournaments, ito yung downtime ng tennis. So this is for the up-and-comers. Ito yung time to make ground dun sa rankings. You have to join tournaments and you have to dominate if you want to be part of the conversation, to be invited in the Grand Slams. Ganun lang naman yan eh. Play through tournaments, professional po yan. You get your entry fee, you get your invite, and you play through ranks. And Alex Ayala has been proving her worth this past tournament, and hopefully she gains traction sunod-sunod and makakuha na siya ng mas magaganda pang opportunity. Kasi once you're part of that top 64, you would always be part of the conversation na iimbitahin natin sa tournaments. And that's how you go through the ranks and that's how you build up your resume.
And did you guys know na yung mommy nito was a 1985 SEA Games bronze medalist in 100-meter backstroke. So that's Risa Maniego Ayala. And she's also the niece of the former PBA commissioner, Nolly Ayala.
Nolly, saksi niyo, mababanggit natin
so,
si...
sports talaga nasa
you breed
dugo.
athletes. Mahirap takbuhan yan, kaya mga anak niyo ni Kyles. Sabi ko sa iyo, kahit itago mo sa ilalim ng kuweba yan. And alam yan ni Ian, we have kids, lumalabas talaga eh. Kasi it's in the genes.
You know, sabi ko kasi I didn't want my kids to be athletes. Kasi parang ang masyadong madaming heartbreaks. Ang hirap pumasok sa
Slim yung
sports.
chance.
Aminin mo, ang hirap
To be
pumasok sa
successful,
sports. And when you see your child going through that, parang sana hindi mo na lang minsan mapapaisip ka, sana hindi mo na lang pinakilala yung sport sa kanya. Kasi hindi mo alam kung ano yung mangyayari sa future nila. Hindi mo kayang makita yung anak mo na maghirap.
Yeah, but titignan mo nga to, I mean, with Alex Ayala, nobody thought that a Filipina as young as her will get an opportunity to get through that. And ang hirap eh, lalo na sa system natin. But it's becoming mainstream na din, tennis. Doon sa village namin may tennis court, laging punong-puno. Tsaka very competitive, yung mga rec league. Akala ko pickleball yung nilalaro nila. Pasensya na po, wala po talaga akong idea when it comes to tennis. Ako, I am very rudimentary ang understanding. Kaya ko mag-train ng athletes for tennis, but I can't play it. That's why when I watch it, I just study it, and she has a very bright future. And pag measurables lang and skill set, she can compete because she has wingspan, she's quick on her feet, and she has a very good forehand.
You know, kanina I was watching the game na, and syempre over the past few days. So first time ever na Filipino, not just Pinay, Filipino na to be able to beat a top 10 player ni Iga sa Bintik. And so yun pa lang, I think it broke the news and I was thinking, and initial reaction ko, nakwento ko kay Coach Hammer before the show was, wow, ang daming biglang tennis fans.
Oh, yung mga tennis fans, i-add nyo kami ni El Banera.
Ang daming biglang tennis fans.
Oo, hindi nga makatakbo ng maayos. Naging tennis analyst.
Ang dami. But, come to think of it, I was like, parang we were all like this also in the Pacquiao run eh. We weren't boxing fans, but we became boxing fans because sinusubaybayan natin yung Pinoy.
Oo.
And so now, there's sort of been a void. Siyempre, mga Gilas, and there's a couple of footballs, couple of international Olympics, di ba? Pero I think this is another opportunity for us to rally behind a Filipina who is making waves internationally. And to fall in love with a new sport that Filipinos generally aren't not familiar with.
Yeah.
And that's the Alex Ayala effect. And we're only beginning. This is just the start. And so for her to be ranked 75th right now, first time ever. And so this is an accomplishment, especially happening in Women's Month.
Yes.
More to come, and I expect a lot more tennis fans to pop out out of nowhere.
Alam mo, sinabi ko rin yan, talking about Cinderella's Women's Month, our first Olympic gold medalist. I remember, because I was the only analyst who actually understood a clean and jerk and a snatch when we were doing Heidelin Diaz. Mars, kamusta ka? I worked with her team before when she was preparing for the Olympics as part of the PSC, and I was fortunate enough to cover the Southeast Asian Games where she dominated, the Asian Games, which she also dominated, and the Olympics wherein she finally took the gold medal. Pre, ako lang mag-isa, ganito lang kalaki yung kino-cover ko. Nice rep! Yun. Tapos nung nagbubuhat na, lahat marunong na mag-power clean tsaka marunong mag-clean and jerk.
Ay, mali yung form. Bigla
Mali yung form. Yung box nakasam ko, sumisikip, yasap yung camera ko. Yung box.
That's social media for you.
Dahil hindi ko nga kayo nakita nag-bicep curl ng 10 pounds.
I hope despite the loss kanina, this is a big achievement for Alex Ayala. Ako, napanood ko kanina, feel ko, parang inexperience na lang in the semifinals inexperience lang, napagod na Sole kasi it was unforced turnovers yung nagano niya siya yung nagkakamali. But despite this is not to put her down like it's already an achievement for her to be in that place, and so nagsisimula pa lang to. Obviously she will take this with her, and there's more to expect coming your way. More Alex Ayala.
Reps na yan.
Pagod na lang siya
Habang kumukunat, mas magiging mahusay yan.
It's nice to be in a generation na nakikita mo umaangat yung iba't ibang sport.
May social media na kasi.
That's
So,
right.
nababalita.
There's
Dati
access.
naman, during the times of sila Mami Elma, sila late Lydia De Vega, na laging dominant naman tayo in different kinds of sports. We have wonderful swimmers, we have very good gymnasts in the Southeast Asian region. We have very good boxers na females na ngayon with the advent of social media, nabibigyan sila ng platform na okay, sige, lipat-lipat natin ang channel, nakikita natin na-expose kasi ang dali na lang mag-live stream. So nagiging mas mainstream ngayon yung mga ibang sports.
Yeah. And it's nice to see Filipinos actually, being qualified to the sport. Kasi usually, kung tayo mga Pinoy, hindi tayo nagko-qualify, hindi tayo kasali sa mga top. Ngayon, we have women trailblazers in different sports fields that, pave the way for the next generation. In the world of sports. Ayan. Eto na, ang isa pang pinag-uusapan ng lahat at inaabangan ng lahat. Hoy, manood muna kayo ng Sports Plus. Maya-maya pa yan ating CBN.
Sakto. Pagkatapos natin, 7:30 yan.
Pag-usapan muna natin, mag-pregame analysis
Pre-game.
muna tayo.
Oh, yeah.
Correct.
Pre-game.
Who you guys got? Ginebra or TNT? Ako TNT ako.
Talk and text
I know,
all
I know.
the way. Talk and text all the way.
Bakit?
Hindi ako. Ever since naman talk and text fan ako, outspoken ako dyan. And of course, I have very close friends there. Coach Yuri Escueta, of course, good luck. Sila Coach Dre Tolentino, Coach Dex Aceron, the support staff. I played for Coach...
Bukod sa mga kaibigan mo.
Hindi, talk and text fan ako ever since.
Okay.
Talk and text fan ako.
Since Mobile days.
Oo, si Coach Frankie pa yung point guard. Naging coach ko pa eh. Okay, sinasabi ko sa'yo eh. Pati tatay mo yung 3-4 na nila eh. Okay, sinasabi ko sa'yo. But again, I watched Game 6 in length. Na the teams are tired. That's number one. Number two, their imports are saddled with debilitating injuries.
Grabe si
RHJ,
nun.
grabe, may hamstring strain po to, grade 1. Kaya wala siya gaanong lift. Yung kamay ni Justin Brownlee, 2 tough jumpers in the fourth quarter. Yung tape nun, yung leukoplast yun yung nilalagay sa mga naoperahan. Para lang maging stable yung thumb niya, figure 8, 2 lock, and para to make shots like that, you're under duress, you're under pain. So, malaking bagay yun. And the locals, Japet Aguilar found this rhythm in that game. But a lot is needed by the locals ng Ginebra to step up. Kasi I think game 5, Jimmy Malonzo had a breakout game. He had 24 points. In this game, Reynang Batak naman, ng game number 6. Ito, wala nang game plan, wala nang tinatakbo yung mga teams eh. Pinch post, pasa lang sa import, Justin Brownlee, tatriangle sila kunwari dun sa kabila, papasaan lang si Japet, isuswing nila kay Brownlee on the elbow, okay,
Puro
screen
depensa
action.
sila,
Oo.
yun.
Pagdating sa kabila naman, RHJ, Kahig Marino, and gotta tip my hat to that boy, Poy Eram, stepping up after challenging times. He played really big, and talking about hard stats in the fourth quarter, loose balls, diving for loose balls, RHJ, and itong si Poy Eram was there. Classic yung Game 6 na yun.
When the game is on the line, you couldn't ask anything better from your players. And what more in this stage, a game 7, and actually last conference may isang game na kinover din namin ni Coach Hammer. And obviously talking Tech Ginebra, and I will pick also Ginebra for this game. Only because, hindi naman dahil sa nanalo kasi yung Tokyo Tech Stats Conference mananalo Ginebra. Hindi naman sa ganun. I honestly believe na dito nila mararamdaman yung pagkawalan ni Jason Castro.
Yeah.
Sa Game 7, yung veterano na, this is a player's game.
Yeah,
and if you can see, ang dikit ng mga laban, guys, yung mga margin ng differences, sobrang liit lang. And again, this will be a classic case since last conference with offense versus defense. If TNT can, kung makikita natin din yung team stats nila, in wins, 40% ang 3-point field goal ng Token Tex. Pero sa mga talo na 25% lang ang baba. And sa Ginebra naman, pag nananalo sila, they're keeping TNT around 71 points. Mga talo nila, almost 90 points. And so, TNT offense versus Ginebra defense and Jason Castro in Game 7 will really affect TNT. But also at the same time, the trust in Coach Tim Cone's Game 7 defense will also be there. The depth of Ginebra will also show because tulad na sinabi ni Coach Hammer, puro pagod na, pati yung mga import pagod na, and tingin ko dito lalabas breakout games like Jamie Malonzo ng Game 5. That's because of their depth. And so I think Ginebra will come out. Mag-start na siya in a couple of minutes. Tingin ko Ginebra mananalo.
Nakita niyo ba yung stats na nilabas ng, sino ba naglabas no kanina? I think it was Rappler na Coach Tim Cone hasn't lost a Game 7 in 13 years.
Yes. And because of defense. Yung defense niya in Game 7 is just perfect execution from his players. And so,
basta ako, babalikan ko yung pinost ko para sa lahat ng Pilipinong fans. Panoorin niyo yung Brownlee, panoorin niyo yung RHJ. Grabe sila maglaro. Yan yung import. Kasi nasanay tayo yung mga import na tayo lumalaki. Ikaw na-expose ka kay Coach Sean Chambers when he was still playing. Ako, fan ako. Lamont Strothers, of course, yung mga ganyan. Ito yung mga import na hindi lang magaling mag-English saka hindi malakas mag-cash advance. Malakas maglaro at saka pag naglaro, kaya minamahal, kaya pabalik-balik, parang Pilipino. Papakamatay. Kaya basketball fans, enjoyin nyo tong dalawang to. Kasi, I mean, especially Kuya Justin Brownlee is might be looking at the next 2 to 3 years. Enjoy natin to kasi he is getting up there and he is showing signs. He's showing signs na rin RHJ. Ito mas bata pero ito yung mga match-up na buhos talaga. Kaya nakakatuwa. Ma-enjoy niyo yung Game 7.
Also, I wanna just point this out one last time. Napafrustrate ako na ang naging topic or naging focus nung series na to was Poy Eram.
Okay lang yun. Ganun talaga.
Alam mo yung masyadong na-publicize yung sigawan and something. But that happens all the time.
Mas malala pa nga
Mas
sa
malala pa nga
NBA.
eh.
Yeah, parang,
Oo.
this is so normal. Ang nangyari lang kay Poy is nangyari siya during the huddle, tapos may camera doon or may mga nag-aabang talaga kay Eram na magwala or something,
Alam mo naman ba?
magalit, ma-frustrate.
Ay.
I was like, this happens all the time in
Oo.
dugouts.
And you know, Poy was my teammate when I was in Blackwater.
Kayo ni Kai.
Yeah, nga. And so, you know, I think often he's misjudged. Siyempre, nakikita lang natin yun sa TV or sa YouTube or kung saan nyo man napapanood Pilipinas Live. But, he's very passionate. Sometimes he
Yes.
goes out of his emotional, yung circle niya.
Oh.
But it's only with the intent na gusto niya manalo.
Yeah.
So,
And he's a very
it can happen with a guy like Poy Era. We've seen it happen to other players as well. Hindi kagad instantly bad attitude or mayabang. Hindi
may
kagad.
mental
Oh,
pressure.
may mental. Gusto lang talaga manalo.
At saka,
Yeah.
quick background lang. He's been facing personal loss the
Yes.
past few years.
Yeah.
And it's been known that he needed to step away from the game because of his family matter. Na may
Oo.
nangyari nga sa family nila,
Yeah.
experiencing grief. And he's going through this throughout the semifinals and the finals, and he still played his guts out.
Oo.
Emotionally, basketball yan eh. Talagang may mga emotions na magre-rage, may mga nagsusungtukan pa nga sa practice, pero
That's
competitive kasi. Hindi kasi, alam mo, yung mga mahilig mag-share lang ng social media, hindi na nakikita yung whole story behind it. Competitive eh.
Yeah.
And especially Coach Chot, the handful of experiences that I had with him,
Yeah.
he is feisty.
Yeah,
And
as well.
he would call you out if you're throwing BS right there. So si Poy would react like that, but again he did a young man's job in the end game. Again, what have you done with me lately? At hindi chismis yung pinag-uusapan natin. Sa professional sports po, kahit anong nangyayari sa labas, pag nagagawa niyo yung trabaho niyo,
Wala
wala
yung
emotion.
yes.
Wala silang pakialam.
Yes.
Laging titignan, what's the bottom line? Kailangan nating manalo. Are you performing at the task at hand? If you're performing, we take care of the other things. Yan po ang totoo. Hindi natin i-sugarcoat. And Poy Eram was big in that game.
Yep.
Yeah. And we're going to see who's going to get the job done for our Game 7.
In a few minutes.
In just a few minutes. Okay, bago yan guys, kailangan yung malaman na pwede kayong manalo ng up to 100,000 pesos in cash with our Sports Plus PH 100,000 peso promo. So that is called our NBA Playoffs Seeding Showdown. You're going to predict our seeding for the upcoming NBA playoffs, and you guys are going to get a chance to win up to 100,000 pesos in cash bonus prizes. So again, all you have to do is join our NBA Playoff Seeding Showdown. The promo duration is going to run from March 21 up to April 12, 2025. So the top 100 most accurate predictions will share the 100,000 pesos in cash bonus prizes. Okay? So all you have to do is visit our official Gleam contest page and follow the steps in order to submit your NBA Playoff Seeding predictions before the deadline of April 12, 2025. Okay? And then, kailangan makapag-place pala kayo ng at least one NBA bet in order to qualify. So, again, visit our Gleam contest page in order to know the mechanics. And pag maaga kayong nakapagpasok ng inyong submissions, meron kayong 10,000 pesos early bird draw. This is exclusive to the early entries that were submitted via Gleam on or before April 5. So meron pa kayong bonuses pag maaga kayong nakapag-submit. And the winners will be posted on April 14 by 3 p.m. in our Sports Plus Facebook page and our Sports Plus website. And of course, yung mga winners natin, you are also going to be notified by SMS. So once again, visit our Gleam official page, our Sports Plus Facebook page, and of course, our Sports Plus website in order to join our NBA Playoff Seeding Showdown. And alam nyo guys, swerte kayo kasi ngayong episode, nandito yung dalawang sports analyst na top 2 sa ating mga SPN expert picks. So we have El Banal with a 79%
So ito yung crucial.
know.
Itong laro na, itong weekend na to ang crucial. Dahil sa Monday award, gusto ko mag back-to-back.
Wait, ayokong i-jinx to kasi for the past ilang months na, 3 months na natin ginagawa to. Lagi akong
Top
top
two.
1 or 2.
Top two.
Until the last week na nagsi 0-3 ako, so Lagi akong third place lagi.
Pakiramdam
I'm up
ko,
there.
yung pick ko parehas din ang pick niya. So pagka
Even
mag-ano
na.
kami,
Even
mga...
na.
Ang wild kasi ng mga NBA games ngayon.
Oo, at saka may mga nagpapahinga na rin na teams.
Yeah.
Yung mga pumasok
Sure
sa
na, sure
seeding.
na.
Kaya yung mga sasali dyan sa 100K pot natin, tandaan nyo, kasama dyan yung sa play-in.
Yes.
Kaya medyo gumawa na kayo ng homework nyo.
Yes.
Mag-research na rin kayo sino yung mga injured.
Oh, may halong swerte.
Hindi lang
Oo.
1 to 8, yung 1 to 10 ang kailangan natin.
Okay, so going back to what I was saying, nandito sa atin ngayon yung ating top 2 SPN expert pickers. Okay, so we have El Banal with 79% accuracy
Kaso
and
West
Coach
yung-
Hammer
West yung-
with
West
7%.
West kasi yung pinapick kay IL. Dapat, prod guy, pinapick nyo sa kanya yung East. Kasi laging mataas yung seeding ng Golden State niyan. Ano yan? Wild
Actually,
card Wild card yan yung Clippers naghahabol yan tsaka Minnesota, mahabol yan sa number 6 seed.
So, yeah. So, wait, explain ko
Oh,
ba?
so ito
Oh,
yung
explain mo na.
Okay, explain natin yung aking pick. As you can see, this is not a biased pick because I put Golden State at 7. Kasi tied sila.
Number 10 nga yan ngayon eh.
Hindi, number 7. So, si Golden State tsaka currently si Clippers ngayon nasa 6 and 7, tied sila. Si Minnesota nasa 8. However, tinignan ko yung mga remaining schedules nila and I think one of the easiest schedules ang Minnesota for the remainder, the mga 8 games left in the next 2 weeks. And so I think they can easily win mga 5 to 6 games and rise to the 6th. Golden State, however, with Stephen Curry being sidelined a couple of games, I think they're starting to sort of hit that plateau with the Jimmy Butler experience. And so ngayon na parang wala si Steph Curry, they're finding their footing, trying to win some games, and also they're having a tough next 2 weeks. So I'm assuming they're gonna win 3 to 4 or maybe 4 to 5 games. That's why I put Golden State. Clippers, however, they're 6 now. I think they will go back down to 8 kasi medyo tough yung remaining schedule nila. As we go even further, the Mavs and the Suns are there and the Kings jockeying in position. They will fight in the play-in. I predict that the Mavs will be out, the Suns will be 10th, but they will be knocked out by the Kings, and so on and so forth. Everything in the top, I think, is set. OKC at 1, Houston at 2, Denver at 3. I picked Lakers at 4 and Memphis at 5. It could be either or. It's gonna be toe-to-toe. However, I think ngayon na bumalik na si King James at ready to go na yung playoff run nila ng Lakers, while Memphis, you have Ja Morant still nursing his injury. I think Lakers will come out at the 4th. Also, they can easily win 4 to 5 games in their remaining schedule as opposed to a tough schedule for Memphis. So ito, medyo yung main difference ko lang talaga with the current standing is si Minnesota, Golden State, and Clippers. Ginambol ko yan, binaliktad ko, nilagay ko si Minnesota sa 6 at si Clippers sa 8. And Golden State, hindi ko binayas at nilagay sa 6. Pinasok ko pa rin sila sa play-in kasi I think nahihirapan sila without Stephen Curry.
Alright.
So those are the picks for the West. Ikaw naman sa East.
Well,
Sino top 8 mo?
sa East, tingin ko na magsha-shuffle like dyan yung Detroit, Indiana. Milwaukee kasi, ang laking bagay. DVT, deep vein thrombosis din si Damian Lillard eh. So malaking bagay yan. Hindi ko alam eh. Ang dami nilang biyahe. Sa Pilipinas, ang dami ding biyahe. Pero hindi naman nagkaka-deep vein thrombosis. Anyway, yung
Anong klaseng biyahe?
yung Milwaukee, tingin ko mag-scoot down pa yan. But hopefully, they make a run. Dahil ang dami ning out eh. Bobby Portis, yung substance abuse. Ang nipis ng
Ang
frontcourt
laki na niya, bro. Parang a couple of games din.
25 games. 25 games suspension. But I think he'll be up there in the playoffs. But again, I trust Giannis Antetokounmpo. Indiana is making a run. As well as Detroit. Detroit right now is at number 5, if I'm not mistaken. But sa dulo, kasi yung Chicago won on the buzzer today. And,
Grabe, wild yun.
and Chicago and Miami lang yung naghahabol. Atlanta is gaining steam. They're making a push here. Trae Young wants to audition for his next team next year. So nagpapakita ng gilas. Orlando, of course. Orlando, I like. Even if they lost key pieces due to injury, they're a very tough out. And I like this seeding for me. As of the moment, dahil ito, binigay ko yung predictions ko nung Monday, nung nag-backspasm sa kwata, hindi pa confirmed na may deep vein thrombosis si Damian Lillard sa kanyang calf. It was just announced as a calf strain. But again, I'm sticking to this just because, yun nga, yung top 3 teams nakalock in.
Ayun. So that is what you guys are going to do in order to join our Sports Plus PH 100,000 peso promo. So magpapasok kayo ng seedings nyo for the East and the West. And then the top 100 most accurate predictions will share the 100,000 pesos in cash bonus prizes. So don't forget, this is going to be until April 12 only. Ayan. So let's head on to our SPN expert picks for 3 games that's going to happen tomorrow. So at 7:30 a.m., the Clippers will go up against the Nets. And Brooklyn is going to have the home court advantage. So, ayan. Sino kayo dito?
Clippers, naghahabol to eh. Naghahabol ng seeding. As of last night, they were number 6. They want to iwas. They want to make iwas sa play-in. They want to get an automatic bid there. And at number 6, they might have a good chance at competing against number 3 seed Denver. Especially now Denver is up and down. Russell Westbrook is in his familiar form na medyo iffy ang nilalaro towards the latter part of the season. And of course, the Clippers has a 4-1 record the last 5 games. Brooklyn 0-5. They're clearly tanking to get some of those guys that I watched earlier in the NCAA tournament. Oh my gosh, 25 3-pointers made by Alabama. Teka na-hype pa ako. Doon kasi ako naka-bet sa USNC. But again, Clippers ang pick ko dito.
Ako din, same. They only met once earlier this year, January 15, and tambakeko itong Brooklyn. Yung Brooklyn is one of the teams na nasa Cancun na, nakabakasyon na. Yung score nila noon, 126-67. So, that's just ridiculous.
Simula yung season, nakabakasyon na yan eh.
So, this is an easy win for the Clippers. And to note na marami pang injuries din ng Brooklyn.
Feeling ko parehas kami ng mga picks eh. Itong second game dapat mag-iba kami nito ni Ayan.
Okay, so
Ibahin ko yung pick ko
sige,
dito.
sige,
Ako
sige.
mag-iiba dito ng pick.
Bro, this is the deciding.
So,
This is the deciding.
Oh, dude, kasi parehas kami eh. Kailangan swing for the
exciting yan,
fences ako
exciting.
para maganda.
Exciting.
So, the next game is going to happen at 8 o'clock. The Phoenix Suns is going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Ikaw muna, kasi sabi niya
Sige,
konti
sige.
daw siya
Oh.
sa'yo eh.
So, ako, I picked the Wolves again because I think this is one of the games that they can win and move up to the 6th spot. The 3 other times they matched up this season, nanalo all 3 ang Minnesota. However, may run ngayon ang Phoenix Suns. Sunod-sunod ang pangalan nila, they're making that play-in push. I just think Bradley Beal will be out and there will be no injuries for the Wolves for this game. So I think this is one of the games that Minnesota really wants to capitalize while Phoenix Suns isn't complete, given that they won 3-0 against the Suns for the remainder of the season. So I pick Minnesota.
I'll go Phoenix with this team winner here. I'll go Phoenix. He doesn't want to be on vacation early. He would be on playoff mode. And they absolutely hate the Minnesota Timberwolves. They hate each other. This is one of the good games, and Devin Booker has been playing really well the past few games. And teka, mahina ba yung microphone ko? Mas okay na wala si Bradley Beal. Kasi mas clear yung iniikutan ng bola. It's Kevin Durant and then Devin Booker. So at least may clear hierarchy doon. And I'm picking Phoenix with their win streak para magkaalaman kung sinong makakachamba.
Alam ko na, nakita ko na to past 2 months. Top ako sa first few weeks, then last week,
Hindi, kasi parehas kami ng picks eh. Nireview ko dun sa kay Prodguy eh. Parehas kami ng picks. Hindi pwedeng tabla. Kailangan may isang wild swing. I'll take Phoenix on this matchup.
Oh, ito, sa next game, mag-iiba pa ba kayo ng pick? We have New York going up against Milwaukee.
Ito lahat sa Milwaukee injured din. Banggit ko na nga kanina. Walang Damian Lillard, walang Bobby Portis.
Walang Giannis din.
Wala ring Giannis out. So I'm picking New York Knicks because they want to stack up those wins kahit walang Jalen Brunson. He's game time decision on this game. Hopefully he'll be able to play. But again, a win would be good enough for New York because they are clearly locked in on that number 3 spot.
So this is the first time they're matching up with the mid-season trades na nangyari. And again, notable doon is si Kyle Kuzma heading to Milwaukee. But the first two matchups they did, New York won twice. And one na isang 116-94, yun yung isa 140-106. So again, Milwaukee has been battling with an incomplete roster throughout the year. You can hope to have a playoff push, but then we got sidelined with Damian Lillard having that DVT, and so a very unfortunate. Same kay Wemby. Calf din, ay hindi, sa kanya mas malala pala calf. Kasi si Wemby ata shoulder, elbow, or arm.
Mas delikado yung mga nasa baba, lower extremity.
I'm also picking New York for this one. I think this is easily a winnable team with an incomplete Bucks.
Ayan, malaman natin bukas kung sino na ba ang magta-top 1 at magta-top 2.
Parang game 7 lang to. Talk and text and Coach Hammer. I want to thank myself for my back-to-back picks. Ready na ako sa speech ko.
So alam mo nangyari last month? Ako na yung top, 6-2.
No, tapos
6-2.
No!
Tapos nag-0-3 ako, di nag-6-5 ako, para ano ba yan?
Ako nag-award sa kanya.
No!
Ayun.
I want to thank myself.
Ayan.
Hindi tayo tulad ng mga kinukuha yung maraming ganyan. Parang gumaling lang yung player. Ako nagpagaling dyan. Pero pag talo, hindi mo mahanap. Walang masisi.
Wala ako dyan, hindi ko ginalaw yan.
Di ako may kasalanan dyan. Pero pag nananalo, ako yung nagpagaling dyan, Brad. Ako yan.
Tatanong muna eh. Alam mo ba kung sino nagpagaling dyan?
Gusto ko magbingot ng Jaro, tapos gaganunin ko eh. May himang Kevin Gosme ako eh. Tumigil ka eh.
Because we are live on Facebook and on TikTok, please don't forget to follow us at Sports Plus PH. Meron tayong mga comments na babasahin from our viewers, and let's take a look at some of those. I think second popular sport ang volleyball sa atin, lalo na madami din talagang mga elite players na sikat ngayon kasi magagaling sila, tapos magaganda din talaga. Kaabang-abang yung mga matches.
Yeah, true. Facts.
To be honest,
Minsan lumalang ang
we
mga volleyball eh.
we can argue that it may not be a second popular
Oh,
sport.
1A, 1B na nga eh, 1A, 1B.
Alam mo
At
ba
this
kung
point.
magkano yung ticket sa PBL?
Yeah.
Elimination round, 800 pesos ang
Bumibili ka?
Sold out!
Bumibili ka? Hindi mo mini-message
Ay, nag-message ako sa isang team, tapos sinisingil ako ng patron na 800 pesos, kaya ako nalaman. SRP pa yun. So pag ginawa mo siya sa scalper,
Kasi i-timing mo na PLDT yung may laro, tapos si Kyla ang i-message mo.
Ayun.
Kanino
Kasi PLDT is our
Boss
partner.
Kai.
Yan ang...
tapos ang elimination sa PBA, magkano ang patron? 500, walang bumibili, walang nanonood. Ngayon, ang agawan ng ticket kasi Game 7.
Yes.
Pero pagbalik mo
And
na
Ginebra,
naman sa...
and Ginebra.
Ginebra. Pero balik mo na naman sa elimination. So I think pwede mo nang i-argue that ang number 1 sport sa atin ngayon is volleyball. And in terms of social media presence, TikTok, ano ba naman ang TikTok mo? Volleyball naman eh.
Okay yan, basta may maganda. Kaya kailangan natin magkumuha naman. Kaya bawat team sa PBA, kailangan meron kayong dalawang spot. Kahit di magaling, basta gwapo. Kailangan isama nyo. Kailangan may pangata kayo na. Kaya natin ito ginagawa para sa fans. Kasi,
Yes,
di ba?
that's right.
Airpods mo, Alvin Patrimonio, sino pa ba? Mga Vince Season, James Yap. Kailangan may ganyan ka sa team, magagaling na, gwapo pa, hindi pwede mga kamukha ko lang. Pangbardagulan, mahirap yun. Wala talaga, walang manonood dun. Di ba?
Ano nagsabi sa akin? Sinabi sa akin ni Miss Patricia Hizon na during her time, ewan ko lang kung ngayon, same pa rin, ang number 1 viewers ng PBA are women.
Women! During the mid-90s to the early 2000s.
Oo.
Saka yun yung mga nagpapapicture
ng mga gwapo.
Siyempre!
Next comment. Ang ganda ng laban kanina between Ayala and Pegula. Even di siya nanalo kanina, nakaka-proud siya. Ang talino ni Ayala sa mga diskarte kanina, tsaka talagang inabangan ng mga tao ang daming nanonood.
Yeah, so kanina, good start na siya eh. Siya yung nanalo ng first set. But, you know, again, I charge it to siguro lack of experience pa, lack of getting your lungs in that atmosphere, and siguro baka napagod na siya dun sa uli. But kasi nga, nagsisimula siya in number 4 to in WBT. So, nakaka-proud eh. And naalala mo, nagkaroon pa siya ng final push nung chineer niya, yung parang pinagyanan niya yung mga tao. And nagulat ako na ang daming nanood na Filipinos dun sa venue mismo.
Yeah.
And the fact that she drew her last energy from the fans, it's a great experience, but it's also a hopeful idea moving forward na malayo pa mararating nito and marami pa siya maiaambag para sa bansa natin.
That's right. And alam mo naman, ugali ng mga Pinoy eh. Basta you're a little, meron ka lang dugo na Pinoy, dami mo ng following, dami mo ng fans, dami magsusupport sa'yo.
Nanonood lang nga kami ng Week Hero kahapon, yung kay Novela. Sinabi, pag-aaralin yung kontrabida sa Philippines. Sabi ng anak ko, uy, Philippines! Philippines! Niloloko ko kasi pag nakakita ko, binabanggit yung Pilipinas. Yun ako, uy, Philippines! Philippines!
Sobrang, ano natin, ang galing natin as fans and taga mga support.
Nakahanap nga tayo ng piltongan eh.
Ay.
Para sa PBA eh, di ba?
Sino pa?
Si Axie, di ba?
Hindi, sino pang nahanap natin?
Dami na. Si Dabon Harm, syempre. Dami natin nahanap na Pilipino. Kahit, di ba meron pa nga yung sinasabi ko, sa ice, sa
Kahit
Antarctica.
hindi na Pinoy ginagawa
Hindi ko sinabi. Hindi ko sinabi.
Ay,
Sa
ay,
Antarctica, meron ang Pilipino na may asawa na Icelandic,
Oh.
di ba? Lagi may Pilipino na ganyan. Uy, Philippines!
Tama, sulok!
Oo.
Si Justin Brownlee, ginawa natin.
Di ba? Si Ange Kwame.
Filipino na.
Ayan, let's go to our next comment. Saan na napupunta naman yung usapan natin. Madami naging technical kanina si Ayala, pero kitang-kita naman na she really gave her
Yes.
best. Hinahabol niya talaga yung bola at ang galing niya sa tactics kung saan niya ipapalo yung bola.
Ayan.
Dami talaga marunong naman
Marami.
kay.
Pero-
Ako hindi ko pati badminton yan. Kaya sila kay ni Vic Asuncion, na-train ko, pero di po ako marunong mag-badminton.
In fairness, yung mga tao talaga, dahil nga pinag-uusapan
Inaral
ng
eh,
tennis,
no?
Inaral nila yung
talaga nila.
tennis.
Oo.
Meron na
Ball.
silang insights,
Oo.
meron na silang mga opinions.
Kasi ako, naiintindihan ko lang ball placement, ball control, yung rules of the game,
Top
at saka,
spin.
yung lalagyan mo ng spin yung bola kung saan mo gusto papuntahin. Pero si Coach Hammer, hindi po naglalaro ng tennis. Hindi po talaga.
Pero ayun, that's nice that we get
Oo,
comments like
and yun nga maganda kasi nag-iintindihan na rin ng mga Pilipino. So they can encourage the younger ones to participate. Kasi sayang yung 19 million kung na number 75 ka, papasok ka sa semifinals. And that's a WTA tournament.
Right.
Paano pa yung mga club tournaments dito? I mean, libo na rin yung kikitain mo.
It's also a good opportunity for, balik natin, like ako, I'm gonna have a daughter. One of the sports that she can pursue is tennis. Doon kami sa bahay nanonood kanina. Yung mga tao, 15? Ba't naging 30 yung parang, so there's room also, dun sa mga hindi pa, in support of Alex Ayala, pwede din tayo matuto ng tennis. It's a great sport. Yun nga, kanina nga si Alex Ayala, puro on first turnover, siya na lang yun eh. And isipin mo kung dahil lang sa kanya kaya siya natalo, napagod na siya.
Nerves din.
What more if na-iron out niya yun? Talagang she's really headed her to the top with this direction. And
Oo.
nakaka-proud lang.
Tsaka basta huwag niyo pakikialaman yung training. Bayaan niyo siyang mag-train with her coaches, with her staff. Dahil pagka yung mga Pilipino mahilig mangialam eh.
Ayan.
Pagka nangialam na naman kayo, sabihin niyo, kayo na naman yung nagpagaling. Lilipat ng lilipat ng bansarin yan.
Bro, yun, Gino, thank you. And dun sa kanina nag-comment nakikita ko na maganda yung intention yung mag-comment.
Oo.
Yeah.
Sana hanggang dun lang.
Oo.
Kasi I'm sure, baka may time na, let's say natalo si Alex Ayala in the future,
Yeah.
ang dami na namang mga basher dito na magagaling din sa tennis.
Number 1 tayo sa Facebook usage eh.
Oo.
Kaya si Coach Hammer, di po mambabash kasi hindi marunong mag-tennis.
The last note, ang last na naalala kong female tennis player, anak ni
Alvin Patrimonio, ni Cap.
Yeah.
Si Tim.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
UAP champion yun, i-report mo yun eh.
Oo. Ay, walang coverage nung
nung nag-U up kasi siya, hindi na siya matatalo. Siya lang yung talagang mahusay na female national player
Sana
natin.
mas dumami pa sila.
Yes.
Hopefully, tsaka ganun din yung packaging.
Okay, let's go to
Packaging
correct.
talaga.
Ito, very pretty.
Kasi kaya si
na
Alex din, She has a very Pinay way of encouraging. Parang girl next door siya na Pilipina.
Yeah.
Yun yung vibe niya.
Saka batang-bata. Alright, let's go to our next comment. Kahapon yung Lakers naka-buzzer beater, tapos today yung Bulls naka-buzzer beater against Lakers. Grabe si Josh Giddey.
Grabe yun.
Grabe yung pinapanood ko yung kaninang umaga ng breakfast, nawala yung antok ko.
Pero,
Oh
pero
my
the
God.
even the plays before, yung down by
Yes.
5,
Oh, namang
tapos
four yung Lakers.
nakashoot ka ng 3 points, nakaagaw ka, Kobe White with
They
the 3.
made 6 points in
Oh.
3
White.
seconds because of a faulty inbound.
Siyempre, yung mga Lebron haters sabihin, si Lebron yung nag-turnover nun. Panarapat sila. Pero,
Hindi, pero ang pangit niya sa inbound.
Okay na yan.
I tried to make it better.
Okay na
Parang
yan.
ginanon niya lang yung pasay. Parang,
Oo, parang...
nabobore na kasi siya eh. Masyado na siyang magaling nabobore.
Akala niya tapos na yung game. I also thought the game was done. Pero wild. So,
Playoffs pa yan.
agad na pa nung layup ni Austin Reeves. Akala ko yun na
Ice.
yung panalo.
Ice.
Tinira ng half-court, pumasok.
Hindi, tsaka yung pass back eh. Walang tao doon sa pass back.
Oo.
Dahil lagi na-remind ng mga coaches na when you're
Rebound.
going for a last shot, always be conscious about the passer. 'Di ba? No, binanggit na ni Dr. J. Andiao nung Game 6. Si Brownlee yung inbounder on the last sequence. Down 4. Tandaan nyo ba, pass back yan. Baka pumas back kay Brownlee, they would attempt a 4-point shot. So, sinwitch nila si Justin Brownlee, napilitan tuloy si Scottie Thompson tumira ng alahoy na 4-point shot. So, yun yung mga find na ganyan.
Pero ako, like, honestly,
Naka-test pa yun ni
oh,
Lebron,
hindi
diba?
ko sure kung kayo, i-comment ko lang si Your Him, si Austin Your Him, si Austin Reeves.
Austin Rivers, you're
Yeah,
here!
you're
Austin, you're here!
Nag-inbound si Lebron, pinasa sa kanya. Handoff dapat kay Luka, handoff dapat kay Lebron.
Wala,
Hindi niya
head
pinasa
down, Brad,
diniretso
head
sa
down.
ayos to.
Head
Pero
down.
na-score niya naman, di ba? So parang grabe din yun. That's an underrated play by Austin Reeves. Kaya lang, nakashoot ng half-court.
Uy, laki ng kontrata ni Austin din sa shoe endorsement niya. Sa shoe brand niya.
Ano ba yung shoe brand?
Regular.
Thank you so much to everyone that sent in their comments. Please don't forget to give us a follow on Facebook and on TikTok. That's
Yes.
at Sports Plus PH.
Tag niyo ako dun sa mga nagtuturo ng tennis para mas,
Mas matuto ka.
matutunan
Mga
mo.
marami.
Eh, honestly
May alam ng tennis.
Dami,
Yeah.
Kasi
Dami
kanina, sabi ng asawa ko, uy, Alex yan, nananalo. Sabi ko, uy, nananalo din si Cooper Flag. Tapos nanonood ako ng Texas Tech, tsaka Texas Tech Arkansas. Ka-chat ko si Prod guy, sabi niya, pre, mukhang talo yung Arkansas ko. Lamang na ng 16, natalo pa. Ganda kasi ng laban. Pero nasa second screen, yung misis ko kasi, antay namin si DeMarcus, ang tagal eh. Uy, Alex Ayala.
Galing daw nung fake. Dami ko nakikita sa story.
Sabi,
Galing daw nung fake.
nakita ko pa yung kakampi ko sa alumni league. Dahil sabi ko, bro, di ka nga makasot ng free throw sa atin. Kino-commentate mo yung tennis.
Daming spectators, malamang nag-aabang na yung ating mga manonood nang magsimula ang ating
Oo, Game 7.
So let's wrap this
Yep.
episode up.
TNT! Back to back!
Natin ang pag-usapan in today's episode, and of course, we celebrated all of the women making their mark
Yep.
in the sports industry para sa atin. Siyempre, lalong-lalo na yung mga Pinay. Once again, Happy Women's Month sa lahat ng mga kababaihan na nanonood at sumusuporta sa atin dito sa Sports Plus PH. If you guys are ready to elevate your sports experience, then let's dive into the world of live sports like never before with Sports Plus PH. Whether you guys are a diehard fan or you just simply love the thrill of the game, we've got you guys covered. Once again, sa lahat ng mga bumubuo ng Sports Plus PH, I have here Coach Hammer, Martin Antonio, and El Banal. My name is Ira Pablo. Thanking you guys for joining us in tonight's episode, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!
Sa service.